Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today we're actually jumping on GT Sport. I haven't done a video on GT Sport in a while actually, so I thought it'd be nice to jump on and see what we can do in this week's FIA race. Now I believe I recorded this on a Wednesday, I think. I can't quite remember, but we're going around the Autodromo Lago Maggiore. And we are in the Subaru Impreza actually, so yeah, we're in the WRX Group 3. As you can see, we're in one of the A+ lobbies, so plenty of fast people around here. So no practice, as always. It's kind of my forte. So we jump straight into it. So this is my first qualifying run. So straight away, I'm going to have to get used to the car and the track. You know, just dive straight in, no messing about. And to be honest with you, I didn't think I did too badly. So. Yeah, going for the first few corners here, just seem to kind of nail it. I really do love the Subaru on this game. It just seems to grip for days and days, to be honest with you. It definitely suits my driving style, and it kind of lets you push to the limits, really, without, you know, making too many mistakes. And that's why I like it. Yes, it's not the fastest car in the game, there's no doubt about that, but because of its handling ability, nearly lose it there, it means you can kind of push a little bit more. Just like the Evo as well. Sometimes being in the cars that aren't the fastest overall can actually benefit you, because you kind of just your driving style adapts to it, and you actually end up being quicker in those cars than some of the other ones because you prefer the driving style of it. And I really like cars like the Subaru Impreza and the Evos. They do suit me down to a T, and I love the cars in real life. But I have to say, I love this track. This flowing section here as well. It's one of the best on this game. It's really, really good. You have to be really careful not actually hitting the grass on the left hand side there as well, because it will completely ruin your lap. And here's an awkward braking point. It kind of just halfway, do I brake, don't I brake? If you brake too early, you're going to hit the inside of the corner too quickly. If you brake too late, you're just going to understeer and go wide for days, and it just seems to never end. But the first lap's in there is from Rex, a 1:55.2, which is a very, very quick lap. So straight away we're under a little bit of pressure here. But so far I haven't done really too many mistakes at all. Yeah, may have lost a tenth here or there, but nothing too dramatic. Again, it's just I'm just doing what I know, doing what I do best on this game, and just putting in a solid lap. Not going to set the world alight or anything like that, you know, it's not going to break any records, but it's still a solid time. So we crossed the line then, and we managed to set ourselves a 1:55.8, but it's definitely 3 or 4 tenths in there, so we can definitely get, you know, a higher position, but that puts us in P10, which I'll take. I was going to go for a run again, but unfortunately got caught behind these guys here. And then I went again on my second run, but I got held up massively, I think, in Sector 2. So the lap was completely gone, so we improved by 1,000th of a second. So, starting P12, pretty happy with that considering the lack of practice we had, and we haven't really done any FIA racing in, what, months? I haven't really done it. I did try and do one like 2 weeks ago, but I hate the track, so I kind of left. So I haven't really done one, to be honest with you, in a long time. But straight away, putting the brake bars to 3 to the rear. I want to protect the fronts as much as I can in these kind of four-wheel drive cars, especially like the Subaru and the Evo. You need to protect the fronts because they're quite vital. But rear tyres, yeah, so brake bars are free, but 3 red lights, or red lights I should say, numbers. And we're underway, so we are starting behind base design. We start on the soft tyres. In this race, you need to be able to use the mediums and the hards. They're mandatory tyres. So I've decided to go aggressive and just push hard straight away. So we'll go on the softs, we'll see how long they last, and then we'll go on the mediums, and then we'll just do one lap on the hards just to finish off there. But it's going to be deceiving because on the last lap, or on lap 13 I should say, we'll have to go into the pits. So whatever position we're in then, we're going to drop back a bit. I don't know how long the pit stop is, but we will have to drop back a little bit. But yeah, so far so good, no mistakes. Still in P12, but we're just waiting to pounce on any sort of mistakes the guys have up ahead of us. But so far, pretty good start. And this, you see this Lambo here, Ali Type R gets a half-second pedal. Try and make a move around the outside. Well, I just can't quite get it done, but he just manages to cut back in front of me. But he does manage to get himself a 2.5 second penalty. So he's going to be kicking himself. I'm not quite sure why he got that in the first place. Maybe because of the contact he's made, or maybe because he cut that corner. I'm not quite sure. But he goes wide here then, and I take that opportunity, and I go up on the inside. And that is up to P11, and base design got past him earlier, so he's done that already. And he really seems to be struggling, so it looks like the guy behind him may also have him as well. But yeah, not a bad start, not a bad start at all. But we'll keep our heads down. Tyre wear wise, I have to say, it looks pretty solid. So we could probably go for quite a long stint on the soft, surprisingly. I thought we may struggle. In these FIA races, the tyre wear always seems to be ridiculously high. But this time, it doesn't seem too bad. I know we're only one lap in, but when you're on the soft tyres, if this is what the state of the soft tyres look like after one lap, then the mediums and the hards should last for absolutely ages. But you can see base designs all over the back of that Jag then. So again, once more, we're going to be looking for any opportunity that arises if we can overtake them. But yeah, just a nice, smooth, clean race, and that base design's now going for the move there. Looks for it, but there just isn't the space. But he gets back in the slipstream and goes for it again, does he possibly? Nah, it looks too far off for me. I don't think that's a move, but he goes for it anyways. The Jag braking way too late, and I'm going to be as decisive as ever, and I'm just going to dive bomb up the inside and manage to get myself up to P10 now. So we get in front of the Jag. Not quite sure what was going on there. He was very slow going through that first corner. He wasn't really interested. I don't know why. I don't know why he braked. You know, just forgot to brake, or he's just, I don't know what it was, but he was just really slow for that corner. And yeah, that's 2 positions for him gone straight away. So that's P10 now. 1 lap in, 2 positions gained. At this rate, we're going to win the race easy peasy. And to be fair, we're only 7.5 seconds behind the leader, so we're still well in this. We're going to have to see, there's a yellow flag. You can see there's 2 guys that have gone off there. 2 people, so they've had a collision. Now we're up to P8. So another 2 positions gained. This is looking really, really good. And I think we're catching up with P6 here. Fake Taxi of all names. So he's gone wide. I'm going to look for a move on the inside, just about get it done. I thought he may have just tried to squeeze me out there. We get past him, and we are just following base design, and we are just having such a good, clean opening section to this race. It's working out brilliantly. I didn't think it would go this well. Sometimes, because the pace of these guys is so quick, you can be stuck in the position you started in for absolutely ages. But we've managed to gain, what, 5 positions already? So this is looking really, really good so far. Anyways, getting really close to base design now in that Porsche. Getting a slipstream. He goes defensive already. You can see that I'm looking to get the move done. And then he just touches the grass ever so slightly there, meaning that I get a better racing line. And I'm going to look for a move on the inside here, but he just defends it pretty well. So he can see me. He can see me looking for that move, but he just sticks on the inside line, parks it on the apex in the next corner as well. And there's no way around for me. I don't think it's really possible to make a move around the outside of that corner. It's too tight. You've got a big advantage on the inside of that corner, so it's just not really possible. But I have to say, I really did love this corner. But you do have there's a real chance there, look, of going wide, just a little, honestly, like an inch more, and I would have been hitting the grass, and you know, could have totally unstabled the car. And this car here, as good as it is, if it does get unsettled, it really does kick out at you. So you can really push, but if you push a little bit too hard, the car will let you know, the Subaru will let you know, and you'll just feel like a plonker, because it will just completely and utterly take you out. But I'm having a really good race with base design, but I see that's what I mean. You just touch the grass ever so slightly, and this car will let you know about it. But one thing I have noticed is the fuel is probably just about on the limit. So throughout the race, I have been, or I will be, I should say, kind of shifting gears a little bit early in certain sections, just to make sure, because when we go in the pits, because we'll be pitting twice, I don't want to have to refuel, because that will cost us time. So I don't want to do that. And once again, I have to say, this section here, it's so nice and flowing, absolutely awesome. I'd love to take this. I'd love to take an F1 car around here if that would be possible. Absolutely awesome. But we'll skip ahead to lap 3 then. Just start lap 4. You can see this Ferrari off there. So now we're up to P6. So this is again. I just wasn't expecting this. It's a cracking result so far. If the race was going to end now, I'd be really, really happy. To go back to FIA races with no practice whatsoever, really rusty, to have this kind of result would be amazing. But base design's made an error on the first corner, and that means he's going to have to go defensive into every corner. I look for a move, but he's just he's on the racing line. So if I went for the undercut there or the up and over, it just wouldn't have worked. So close to hitting the grass on the outside there. Unbelievable. We're really up the back of this guy, and I kind of let go of the throttle a little bit too much there. He gains a little bit more time, but then we have to go for a big banky boy. I have to say again, what an amazing corner that is. Imagine if you had that kind of corner in real life. It'd be incredible to watch. It really, really would. But you get the slipstream. Now he goes over to the left. I'm not going to mess about trying to nick the slipstream, because I wouldn't have been able to get the move done on this straight anyways, I don't think, because of the left-hander. So I wasn't going to worry about moving left, right, not worried about that at all. But just touch the grass there, oh my goodness me. On the limit, you can see I'm pushing. Again, these A+ lobbies, you can see the quality of the drivers. The mistakes are minimal, or their pace is really good. To be fair, there's actually been quite a few mistakes by the drivers in here, or a few argy-bargy moments, but the pace, as you can see from base design, is absolutely solid. We're lapping in the, high 156s, which is a really good race pace, I think, anyways. Some may say otherwise, like the guy in first, but yeah, I think it's actually a very, very solid time. The only issue you got the Subaru is just lacks the top end, but again, base design's making a few mistakes here, and like I mentioned earlier, you can't really make a move around the outside of that corner. It's not really possible, unfortunately. But yeah, so far so good. Honestly, we're all over the Porsche, but it's just trying to find that opportunity. So I'm getting the slipstream as much as I can now. Going to look for a move on the inside. Are we going to dive bomb on the inside? We are indeed. Is he going to give us the move? Going up into that corner, getting the move done. Yes, he is. Thankfully, he has done. So, P5 now. Exceptional stuff. And again, I would have taken it from the start, 100%. But it's going to head to lap 7 now, because we managed to put a little bit of space between us and base design, because he does pit. There's a few guys that go in the pit, so you can see second and third, they go into there then. And we've actually got another WRX in front of us. I think is it Mr. Madden, I believe. So we stick with him for an extra lap or so, because I felt the soft tyres still had a little bit of life in them. I didn't want to pit too early. So that promotes us up to P3. Now we are going to go in the pits, and like I said earlier, we are going to go on the mediums. Fuel wise, I'm just slightly off to make it to the end, but again, I'm just going to make sure that I save a little bit more fuel in this in this stint of the race. But we come out and we're actually in P6 now. So after our pit stop, we are still in P6. So I'm very, very happy with that. I'd love to beat the Subaru in front of us. Just to be the fastest Subaru in it would be quite an achievement as well. I think this guy in the Subaru's got a fair bit of points, but I'm just going to pause it here because for some reason I just felt a big bash, and it's actually the Porsche, right? Which I wasn't happy with, because he's gone for a dive bomb there, and if you look back at the footage, there was not a gap there at all, and he's gone for it, and he's just kind of he's kind of pushed his way through. So really not happy with that. And he kind of does the same thing on the Subaru. Now he had more room on the inside there, but he just did not give that Subaru any room on the exit, and he had no choice but to go off, and he span out. And I was just really, you guys let me know in the comments what you think, to be honest, because I really wasn't too happy with it, because he kind of ruined my race a little bit. He didn't ruin it, but it put me off. And then he took the other Subaru out as well, and I wasn't happy with that. I just thought it was out of order. Well, you guys let me know. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that. The incident on me and then the incident on him as well. You could say they were both, fair moves. He went up on the inside, got the move done kind of thing, but it was the more of the way he did it, which I wasn't too pleased about. But anyways, that's the end of our stint. So we're on lap 13 and we're still P4. We'll go into pits, we'll put on the hards. I've saved enough fuel. Okay, so when we come out the pit lane then, this is going to be our position, and we're going to be defending our lives, because this is where we'll end up. And we actually come out the pits in P4. So we're in P4 now. So we started this race in P12, and we managed to gain, what was that, 8 positions I believe? So we've had an absolute corker of a race, I have to say. So yeah, absolutely ecstatic with this, but it's not over yet. We've got 1 lap to go, and we've got base design behind us. The guy in the Porsche, the guy that we've been following basically half this race until we went in the pits. We were just stuck behind him. We were having a great battle with him. He was really clean, really quick, and it was just one of those good battles, one of those rare battles you get these days on GT Sport, but it was awesome. Another thing as well, I don't know what people's tyres are behind us, so they could possibly be on the mediums or softs, I don't know, so they could be quite rapid, but so far so good. We're still a second ahead of base design. We do lose a lot of time on the straights because of the car and the slipstream behind us. So we were a second ahead going into Big Banky Boy, but the Porsche has gained a quarter of a second, now 3 tenths on us, so that's a massive gain. But yeah, coming out on these hard tyres, you can definitely feel the difference. You just don't get that grip going into these corners, and you just don't get the bite, and I can't turn into the corners as quick. You just can't go as fast, so yeah, big disadvantage there. But we managed to gain a little bit of time on base design through there actually, so it was about 6 tenths, and now it's gone back down again actually, so we made a little bit of a mistake through there. And yeah, I'm at the point now where I want to try and minimise any opportunity that base design is going to get. So if I can avoid him getting my slipstream, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There's only a few corners left. So 2 corners or 3 corners left to go then. Half a second between us and base design. I'll go super defensive into this corner just in case someone goes for a dive bomb from absolutely nowhere. I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose this race. Well, I'll say lose, but I didn't want to lose. Well, I just keep saying lose. I didn't want to, you know, mess up this race with just a few corners to go. But we crossed the line then, and we managed to get P4. Now I think that is. Well, I don't think. I feel like that was a really, really solid performance. No mistakes, good strategy, good pace, clean racing, didn't get caught up in anything, you know, just a great race, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thoroughly enjoyed being back on this game, you know. This game, honestly, some of the races you can have here are absolutely fantastic, so really, really happy to be back on here, but P4 guys, P4, so ecstatic. Super as well, 233 points. You can't moan at that, can you? But there you go, folks. There is a GT Sport video for you. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you like seeing the GT Sport videos like you always do, make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new around here and you want to see more stuff like this. And I hope you all have a lovely week. Take care. Ta-da.